So a few weeks ago, I told you guys that the last couple of weeks have been very difficult for the people of Ethiopia because some of them were beheaded by ISIS in Libya, others were also attacked, even killed in the xenophobic attack in South Africa, and some Ethiopians were also stranded in Yemen. Only for me to hear that after the beheading of the Ethiopian Christians in Libya, that the government communication minister of Ethiopia told Associated Press that if the story is confirmed. I'm like, whoa, what do you mean if? Like, really? Anyway, he said that if the story is confirmed, it will be a warning to people who wish to risk their lives to travel to Europe through dangerous route. I'm like, what? How does that help anybody? Do you know why people are endangering their lives? You think they don't know that this is dangerous? Anyway, that response pissed off a lot of family members of those that were killed, and of course, a lot of Ethiopians all over the world. So people started demonstrating in the capital, Addis Ababa. So the Ethiopian government staged their own demonstration the next day. They brought their own supporters by buses to a place called the Meskel Square and blocked the population of the city outside of the square. At some point, even those that were brought in to support the government joined the real protesters to boo the prime minister when he was speaking, and some of the officials that spoke as well. Now, the worst part of this is that as soon as the speeches were over, police brutality began. Many people were injured, and then they used that opportunity to imprison a lot of the opposition members, especially young people. So you can imagine how pissed off a lot of people were in Ethiopia. Now, before that happened, the US Undersecretary of State for Political Affairs, the fourth ranking official in the US Department of State, that is Miss Wendy Sherman, apparently went to Ethiopia in April of this year. And when she was there, she said everything is great and that they are practicing true democracy.
Ethiopia is the fastest growing economy, one of the fastest growing economies on the African continent. Ethiopia is a democracy that is moving forward in an election that we expect to be free, fair, credible. Ethiopia has moved forward in strengthening its democracy every time there is an election. It gets better and better.
Guess what? Ethiopians, especially those that were outside Ethiopia, they were like, what in the what is she talking about? They went to the State Department to protest her statement.
TPLF regime has never been elected by the Ethiopian people.
Undersecretary Wendy Sherman, your recent trip to Addis Ababa, to our own land, especially your reckless speech, has broken the heart of Ethiopians. Yes. Yes. You should publicly recant the statement that you made in Addis Ababa and do apologize for the Ethiopian people, or immediately and unconditionally resign your place for
Yeah, Now, if Ms. Sherman is not aware of the recent protests, the one that I just talked about, that happened in Addis Ababa, at least she should be aware of the case of Ndagacho Sige, that prominent opposition leader who was illegally detained in Yemen while traveling. I talked about him before, even though he was traveling with UK passport. He's a UK citizen as well as Ethiopian. The man was handed over to the Ethiopian authorities, and he's been in prison now since June of last year with no trial, by the way. How is that supposed to be a democratic government? Like, really, Ms. Sherman? How do you think that his family is doing? According to the Committee to Protect Journalists, this government of Ethiopia has imprisoned 19 journalists. That's more than any other country in Africa. And Ethiopia ranks number 4 on CPJ's list of top 10 most censored countries in the world. Don't forget the bloggers who were arrested last year and jailed without trial. That is the Zone 9 bloggers. I've talked about them several times on this show. At least 16 journalists have been forced into exile, and a number of independent publications have shut down due to official pressure. A lot of Ethiopians are saying that the US government is intentionally looking away from the human rights issues in Ethiopia. And going by the words of Ms. Sherman herself, she said Ethiopia is a valuable partner in a critical region, from peacekeeping to fighting Al-Shabaab to pursuing peace in South Sudan. So she came out, she said she's aware of some of the atrocities in Ethiopia, but you guys know that I don't know anything. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real.
እኖራለሁ እኔ እዳክራለሁ እኔ እዳስሳለሁ እኔ ወጥቼም አልተሳካም በቤቴም ሆዴ አይሞላም ይሄ ሲሄድ ያ ይመጣል ጊዜ ሽሮ ቃል ያነባል አንመቻለው ጎኔ አንመቻለው ጎኔ አንመቻለው ጎኔ አንመቻለው ጎኔ ምድር ከሰማይ ርቃ ሲቃችን አያበቃ ይሄ ሲሄድ ያ ይመጣል ጊዜ ሽሮ ቃል ያነባል እዚህ ጋም ሲያልቅ ወገኔ ማየት ተሳነው አይኔ በቁሙ ነፍሱን ሲያጣ እንዴት ደራሽንጣ አረ ጉድ ነው አቤት ቁጣ ከዚህ በላይ ምን ሊመጣ ሐሰት እውነት መስሎ የኖረ ስንቱ ኖሯል እያማረረ ተስፋው ሲጨልምበት ነፍሱን ሰጠ ለስደት አይነጋም ወይ ያ ጨለማ አለው በይ አንቺ ማማ